Kia ora. Alright, so I feel like I haven't been painting for a while. I've been, to be honest, I've been quite de-energized or even deflated, I guess, from working on Blood Rage, which is now finished, although I'm not entirely happy. I have ordered the Kickstarter stretch goal kind of bits from the Valhalla campaign, and I'm thinking I'm going to go for redemption when that finally arrives, which apparently is shipping in July. Anyway, so I am back into painting. I've completed one project, which is an old classic of mine, Unmatched Cobble and Fog. This was one of the first board games that, well, tabletop games, whatever you want to call it, that I actually owned and I really got into, but for some reason I sold it. Then I bought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Unmatched and fell back in love with the Unmatched system. So I went and bought Cobble and Fog again, and let me tell you that the quality of the wash on the figures from when I bought it several years ago to just last week had dropped considerably. But thankfully I've got into the hobby of painting. So let's talk through them. Invisible Man. I really love this miniature. I really love that effect, right? It's so cool. This was a bunch of experimentation. So I started with airbrushing hang on, let me find these colors. Started with airbrushing with Night Sky and I think it was Wolf Grey. Night Sky from the bottom up, and then Wolf Grey from the top down to kind of give those highlights. Then I thought I'd throw on some speed paints and did a mixture of, I think it was Tidal Wave and for the pants, I think I just did, maybe it was either Tidal Wave or Beowulf Blue, and for the trench coat it was a mixture of Tidal Wave and Seafoam. I didn't like the output of that, so after that I decided to go through some dry brushing and dry brushed with a wolf grey at first, and then a wolf grey mixed with a little bit of white to highlight a little bit more. And then on the pants, for some reason I dry brushed it with some yellow, and I'm kind of like the effect. It looks all right. Decided to give him a bone handle on his cane. I've seen other people do like gold, but for some reason the bone handle reminds me of my father, my stepfather, an important person in my life. He's got one of these. This guy, Sherlock Holmes, cool character. This one came out quite nice. This was just a bunch of speed paints. The yellow is a mixture of Zealot yellow and pallid bone. The coat would be desolate brown, and the pants, I believe, is another mixture, I think, of ruddy fur and maybe pallid bone. I think, can't quite remember. Acrylic for the bow tie, and I also dry brushed it a little bit to touch it up a little bit with some yellow. I really like this figure. There's this little effect that you get with speed paints where you can kind of tell, and it may be useful if you do a base coat of a certain color just to kind of throw it off, because I do a zenithal prime, which is black and then gradually getting lighter and lighter as I go to the top. And when you look at the back, you can kind of tell, like, because the yellow tints the darker grey bits, and then it just looks like a grey yellow. So maybe there's a better kind of approach to doing slap chop, or to doing speed paints. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So this one I kind of struggled with. I tried to go with the colors that from the game, which he is primarily green, and he is kind of half mutilated, so he's half transforming into Mr. Hyde. So that's why you got a little bit of the green on the side. Not much to report there. He's okay. What was this, Dracula? I think it's Dracula. Dracula, very simple. A lot of black. Give him some red because his cards are red. That is the character that he has. Did not need to paint his skin because the Zenithal Prime kind of did that. Really just wanted to keep it pretty basic. I am quite happy with this guy. Now, on the side, I am also decided to work on Marvel United Spider-Geddon. And my first one is a cop-out, Spider-Man Noir, airbrushed, Zenithal Prime. Just went hard on one kind of side, and I thought, that'll do. And with Spot, this one had a tiny little bit more effort. This was a Zenithal Prime, but I went hard on the white because I didn't want to paint white on this guy, and essentially just painted the black spots, and did a nice little I dry brushed the what do you call it, the clouds coming out of the little rocket. Sorry, I'm struggling with it. So, and that was just using a light color first, then yellow, then orange, then red, then black. And I really like it. It is so much better red. I really like it. I do need to just do the base up a little bit to show that it's red, so it's a red character. This guy is blue. But yeah, what's next? So I've started with some spare paints and airbrushing. I've started putting some other figures that I may get around to. I did want to do an airbrush effect on them like I did with the multiverse ones, but I think I might just go back to brushing. But I'll get to this. I'm not sure when. But anyway, Cobble and Fog, great game, great set from Unmatched. By the way, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set is pretty good. It's pretty hard. We've lost to Shredder 2 times, and I think that may be because we're a little bit we haven't played the game in so long that we've got to figure out how it works. Still, Cthulhu Death May Die reigns supreme for me. And an update on Cthulhu Death May Die for anyone who's still listening. Because I have the big giant Cthulhu. I am glad to have backed Godzilla. So whenever that arrives, we'll be working on a paint job on that. Anyway, that's all. Peace.